Hey guys, today we're going to be taking the JSAR HAWK and I'm going to show you how to gain access to the barrel for cleaning and general maintenance. The first thing we want to do is make sure that the weapon is decocked, there's not loaded, safety is on, and we're good to go. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to do this in stages. So we're going to take the end cap off. Once the end cap's off, we're going to remove the 3 baffles in a spring. That'll come out, then we'll unthread the shroud and pull it off and gain access to the air stripper that's at the end. So let's get started. Okay, to get started, we're going to remove the end cap. We'll take off the thread protector so that we can get a good grip on the adapter. And we're going to turn that counterclockwise if you were looking at the end of the barrel. That'll take off the adapter. First baffle is out, second baffle, third, and then there'll be a spring. Now we're going to counterclockwise turn to unscrew the shroud. Once we get the shroud off these threads at the end down here, once it's off those threads, once we see that come like this, now we want to start turning clockwise when we're taking this off so that we don't inadvertently unscrew our air stripper. When we get here, we want to stay in line with the barrel when we're doing this section. We don't want to put any undue stress on the O-ring by cocking this up, down, left, or right. So we're going to turn as we pull this so that we're taking it off in a turning motion. Now that exposes our air stripper. What I have done in the past, some of these air strippers are on pretty good. Usually you can just loosen with your fingers or take a flat blade screwdriver, go through, get it to start turning, and now you can just take it off with your fingers. Okay, at this point you've got access to your barrel for cleaning or just general inspection, cleaning everything, getting it ready. Now we're going to go through the process of putting it back together again. Inspect that O-ring to make sure it's not damaged in any way. This is where you would clean all this out, wipe any lead dust and so forth off of this before you put it back on. Clean those threads up, make sure everything's good and clean. Now clean these threads, make sure there's nothing on it. We're going to go ahead and get the air stripper back on. Then we're going to just take our screwdriver and we're going to put a light little bit on it, not a lot, just a very little twist to make sure that it's on good. Now I'm going to take a little bit of silicone lube on the tip of my finger here, and I'm just going to make and put a wipe on this O-ring so it's got lubrication on it. Then at the end here, that's going to go on past that first, I'm going to take what's left on my finger and just put it inside in the threads so I've got a good start when I'm trying to slide this over. And again, keeping this in line, making sure we keep it straight, I'm going to be turning clockwise like I'm trying to thread it on. Like this as we're pushing on, just like that. Now we're going to keep turning as we're putting it on, so that way that O-ring is nice and lubed all the way around. And we're going to go ahead and thread it on. And we're going to tighten it down so that the shroud goes all the way tight to the end. And then we're going to get it good and tight, torque it down nice and tight. At this point, we're going to reintroduce our spring. First baffle, second baffle, third, and then you can compress it so that the spring is compressing in. Take our end cap, put it back on, and when you get to the end cap here, when the O-ring starts to touch, keep turning until that O-ring goes inside the shroud, fits down nice and tight. At this point you can put your thread protector back on, or if you have a suppressor like my Donnie FL Tatsu here, you can screw that on. And now you're good to go. It's just that simple, guys. Thanks for watching.